Hello and welcome. We are looking at section 1.4, which is problem solving with equations day 1. This is where we're going to be taking situations that are real life type situations where we have to define one quantity in terms of another to be able to solve values for both. So let's look at examples. It's by far the easiest way to explain what we're looking at. So we have Jen has $12 more than Allison. So notice how they define Jen's amount by using Allison's amount. So what we're going to do is the first thing is we're going to define our variables. So Allison, okay, she is our X, right? Because Jen is defined in terms of Allison. So once we know that Allison is X, we know that Jen has to be X plus 12 because she has $12 more. Then it tells us that together they have $58. So now we're trying to determine how much does each girl have. So that means when I add the two together, they have to equal $58. So X plus X is 2X plus 12 has to equal 58. If we subtract 12 from both sides, that gives us 2x equals 46. If we then divide both sides by 2 to solve for x, we get x equals 23. So we're not done yet, right? Because we have two different people who we have to let know, right, how much money they have. So we have to determine that. So Allison just has X dollars. So Allison is just $23. Jen, on the other hand, is that 23 plus 12, or $35. So your final answer would be Allison has the $23 and Jen has the $35. Okay, another example of this. Okay, it says Amber has 3/5 as many iTunes songs as Paige. So Amber is defined in terms of Paige. So that means that Paige is our X and Amber is our 3/5 X. Okay, and then it says together they have 800 songs. So when I add those two together, that has to add up to 800 songs. Now, I know a lot of you guys are not really big fans of the fraction, so we can get rid of that fraction right away by simply multiplying everything in our equation by 5. Right? We just have to remember, if we do but one part of it by it, we have to do the whole thing. So that would give us 5x plus, here our 5 on top would cancel the 5 on the bottom, so we're just left with 3x, and then 5 times 800 is 4,000. So if we do 5x plus 3x, that gives us 8x has to equal 4,000. We can then divide both sides by 8, and we get that x equals 500. Again, we're not done yet, right? We did the first part, we got that it's 500, but then we actually need to finish. So Paige is just simply the 500 because she had X songs, whereas Amber had 3/5 that many. So for Amber, we have to do 3/5 times 500, which gives us 300. So Paige had 500 songs and Amber had 300 songs. Okay, a deli ran a weekend special on their two popular subs. A ham and cheese sub was $4. So we have a ham and cheese, right, that cost us $4. Okay, and then a turkey and cheese was $4.50. So if we go turkey and cheese, that's $4.50. It says there were 50 more ham and cheese subs than turkey. So that means that our turkey subs are our X, because ham and cheese is defined in terms of turkey. So ham and cheese, there were whatever there was in turkey plus another 50. Okay, and then it says the total sales was $880. How many of each were sold? So if I take $4 for each ham and cheese sub, and I add that to $4.50 for each turkey sub, that has to equal a total of $880. So here we have to distribute this 4. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 50 is 200. Plus, this is just 4.50x has to equal 880. We can now combine this 4x with this 4.5x to get 8.5x has to equal, oops, I didn't write out moving my 200, so I guess I'm going to do that as a separate step. Okay, now we can subtract the 200. We could have done it all in one step. I just started writing, so I did it in 2 separate steps. Okay, at this point, okay, I have my 8.5x equals 680. So then I just have to divide both sides by $8.50. And that leaves me with x equals 80. So again, I come back over here. It asks how many of each were sold. So my turkey is just x. So my turkey subs, I sold 80. And my ham and cheese subs, I sold 80 plus 50, or 130 subs. Okay, for number 4, it says tickets for the school play were sold for $5 to students and $6 for adults. So we have student tickets and we have adult tickets. $5 for the students, $6 for the adult tickets. Then it tells us that 10 more adult tickets were sold than student tickets. So my student tickets are X and my adults are 10 more. So X plus 10. And we're told that the total was $390. So now we have to set our equation to equal that 390. So 5x plus 6 times x plus 10 has to equal $390. So if we distribute the 6, 5x plus 6x plus 60 has to equal 390. We can subtract the 60 from both sides, and this gives us 330. And then on this side, we can bring the 5x and the 6x together. So 5x plus 6x gives me 11x. Okay, at this point, we're at 11x equals 330. So if we divide both sides by 11, we get x equals 30. So we can come back over here, and the students was just that x. So for our students, we're at 30 tickets. And for adults, we're at 30 plus 10, or 40 tickets. And yes, when you're doing these types of problems, it is really important for you to label which one is which. So that way we make sure both you make sure you know what's going on, and it helps me to make sure that you know what's going on. Okay, so if we go to the next examples on the back, okay, it says one side of a square is increased by 2 inches and the other side is decreased by 3 inches, and a rectangle is formed. If the perimeter of the rectangle is 30 inches, find the length of a side of a square. So I always like to draw pictures when we're talking shapes. I just feel like it's so incredibly helpful. So if we start off with a square, right, a square is x by x by x by x. Okay, then it tells us that one side is increased by 2 and one is decreased by 3. So if it's increased by 2, it'd be x plus 2. Okay, if it's decreased by 3, then it would be x minus 3. So now we have this rectangle that's formed. So it tells us the perimeter of the rectangle is 30 inches. So when I add all these 4 sides together, that has to equal 30 inches. That will allow us to solve for x. So x plus 2 plus x minus 3 plus x plus 2 plus x minus 3 equals 30. So if we take 1x, 2x, 3x, we have 4 positive x's, so 4x. You have plus 2 minus 3 gives you minus 1. Plus 2 gives you plus 1. Minus 3 gives you minus 2 equals 30. And now we just solve for x. So if we add 2 to both sides, we get 4x equals 32. We divide both sides by 4, and it gives us x equals 8. Now, since we're just asked to find the length of the side of the square, right, we said the side of the square was just x. So then our answer is simply 8 inches. And yes, we should be in the habit of labeling. Okay, for number 6 says the measure of the supplement of an angle is 2 more than 3 times the complement. Find the angle. So now this goes back to remembering a few things you learned in geometry. So just a quick recap if you don't remember, right? If our angle is x, the supplement of that angle is 180 minus x, and the complement of that angle is 90 minus x. So it says the measure of the supplement of an angle is. So that is going to be our equals. Okay, so the measure of the supplement of our angle is. The supplement of our angle, 180 minus x. The word is always going to be that equals. And then it's 2 more. So we always said we just add the 2 at the end then. 3 times the complement. So 3 times our complement of 90 minus x. So the first thing we want to do is distribute this 3. So 180 minus x equals 3 times 90, which is 270, minus 3x plus 2. Now we've said we always want to combine like terms on the same side. So we have this 270 and this plus 2. So 180 minus x equals 272 minus 3x. Now we want to get our x's on the same side and get all the constants on the same side. So if I add 3x to both sides and subtract 180, 180's cancel each other out on that side. I have a negative 1 and a positive 3, which leaves me with a positive 2x. On the other side, the x's cancel each other out, and you get 272 minus 180, which equals 92. And then we divide both sides by 2, so we get x equals 46. The question says find the angle. Well, we said our angle was simply x. So our angle is 46 degrees. On to number 7. The lengths of the sides of a quadrilateral are consecutive odd integers. So first of all, right, quadrilateral means that it is 4-sided. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then it says they're 4 consecutive odd integers. So remember, if you go back, we talked to odd integers, right? If your first integer is odd, you have to add 2 to it to get to the next odd integer. So if this is x, this would be x plus 2. And then we need 2 more than x plus 2, so that would be x plus 4. And then we need 2 more again, so that would be x plus 6. So it says find the length of the sides of a the lengths of the sides of a quadrilateral are consecutive odd integers. So we have that drawn out. The perimeter of the quadrilateral is 160. So then that means that x plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6 equals 160. We're looking for the longest side. So we need to solve for x to solve for the longest side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. And then 2 plus 4 is 6. Plus 6 is 12. Equals 160. We subtract 12 from both sides. And you get 4x equals 148. Divide both sides by 4, and you get x equals 37. But it asks for the longest side. Well, our longest side is this x plus 6 side. So if I do 37 plus 6, that'll give me my longest side. So my longest side would be 43 centimeters because our measurement was given in centimeters. And that's it. I will see you tomorrow for day 2.